G'day there guys, it's your Aussie Hubby Markee, back at it again with another r/entitled parents video. Now with that said, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie, and get ready for some bloody good Karens. Our first post today is by user Joe Baskin, titled, Entitled Mother Tried to Get Her Daughter My Job Because I'm Chubby. This happened today, so I thought I'd share. I'm female and I'm home from college. The stay-at-home order in my town is slowly being lifted, so some businesses are finally opening up. My parents require me to have a summer job. I'm blessed enough that I get to keep all the money I earn. My parents just like me to work to gain experience. This will be relevant later, but I'm not a skinny girl. I wouldn't consider myself large either. I'm 5'6" and weigh around 140 to 145 pounds right now, and carry most of it in my hips and thighs. She thicky. The freshman 15 did hit me hard though, as I used to be 120-ish. So today, after finishing my last online final, my dad called me. He told me that one of his friends who runs a heating AC company texted him that they were looking for girls to work in the office, answering phones and stuff. I got excited because that's exactly what I wanted. So I put on a dress, printed a copy of my resume, and drove down. The ladies inside were super nice and asked me to fill out an application. So I sat down to do so, and this is where the entitled mother enters. Here's everyone involved: entitled mum, entitled girl, female probably 16-ish. Me, desk lady 1, this woman is relatively thin, which will be relevant later. Desk lady 2, desk further back but still in room, this woman is plus sized, which will be relevant later. B is boss of the business. We're in the South, which might be relevant because typically for jobs like this, they're looking for a pretty face to sit behind the counter and talk to customers. This is unspoken though. Yes, it's awful, but hey, I need a job. So as I'm filling out an application, entitled mother enters with entitled girl. She announces that she's here about the opening and her daughter would like to apply. Desk lady 1 explains that she will need to fill out an application and hand her one and a pen. They come sit in the lobby, right beside me, which I thought was weird, but I didn't say anything. Entitled mum says to me, "Are you here for the job as well?" "Yes, ma'am." You know that little cocky sound people make? Like that one. I ignored her and went up to ask Desk Lady 1 a question about the application. It was about how professional one of my references for babysitting was. When I returned and sat back down, entitled mother walked up to the desk. "Does my daughter even really need to fill this out?" "It's protocol. Boss will look at all the applications and decide to who to call for an interview." "Is he here?" "I'm sure if he could see my daughter, he would know who he wanted to call. Haha." "He is, but he isn't seeing visitors right now." "How will he know who to hire if he doesn't know what the girls look like?" "Well, he will need to see their references and will make a few calls before he..." "No, my daughter is an aspiring model. She won insert local pageant in 2019. He needs to see her to know she's the face he wants to see behind the counter, interacting with customers." "I'm not sure what you mean. This isn't a modeling job. Looks don't really matter." "Oh, I know, but they do. And let's face it, boss isn't going to want..." At this point she leans in closer to desk lady 1. "A chubby girl up here, is he?" This whole time, entitled girl is smirking at me in glances as she fills out her application. This caught the attention of desk lady 2 as well as me, and we both looked up at this point. "Ma'am, I'm not sure I know what you mean." "Oh, no disrespect. I just know boss personally and know he'd prefer a pretty face around the office. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think there's no question between my daughter and, well, this young lady, for example. No offense, honey, just trying to save you some time." At this point, I'm in tears. I don't know if it was rage or the sting of her insult, but either way, I was not going to let her see me cry. So I quickly got up and handed my application to Desk Lady 1 before trying to leave. Desk Lady 2, who's a plus-size woman, says, "Sweetie, wait. You say you know boss personally, right?" To entitled mother. "Oh, yes, we went to high school together." "And you know him so well that you know he'd prefer a skinny woman behind this desk." "Well, I didn't say that." She did. "But I'd assume so." "Great, well, I'm his wife and I've worked behind this desk for almost 15 years now, and as you could see, I probably drop a few, and I take personal offense to what you're saying about my husband and this young lady. so I'd like you to wait in the car while your daughter fills out her application." Entitled mother and entitled girl both stormed out at this point. Entitled girl took her application, so I don't know if she'll apply or not. But both women behind the counter told me that entitled mother was a tramp and they would vouch for me with the boss. So I'm hopeful that I got the job. Update. Oh my goodness, you guys are so kind. Thank you everyone for the awards and the compliments. I'm so overwhelmed. You've all made my little heart so happy. A lot of you want to know if I got the job. Today I went in for an interview and just got home from that. It went well, and I'm hoping for a call soon, and I'll update you when I know. People suck sometimes. Hold your head high and be proud of who you are. Drive and determination will serve you well. In 4th grade, some kid called me Fat Mexican Man. He then told his neighbor who also went to school with us, and a lot of people started calling me that. And I'm self-conscious about my weight, so I started crying every time they called me that. He also then started rumors, so I ended up having a lunch table to myself, except one girl who sat next to me. One day, my mum caught me crying to myself. I told her about the lunch table and the names and the rumors. She told a counselor at the school. I think he got in trouble because he was nice to me after that. He has a cousin that went to the school with us. She said he's really annoying too. And another kid who also did that stuff to me later told me in the middle school that he did it because the bad one said he would say he ate cats. He's Asian, so he played along. He then said he's sorry for it, and when I went into detail why he got in trouble, I couldn't finish it because I would start to cry, because that crap scared me since I was so little. It was the 4th grade, so I was 8 or 9. Unexposed is by user Scarlet Nightmare 222. Titled, "Oh my god, I have to tell this." I just heard a story about OP's mum's boyfriend demanding respect in a house that wasn't his, so I felt I should tell this. My dad died in 2008. A few years later, my mum met another guy at a Christmas party my brother-in-law's mum hosted. I think, lol. I didn't go to the party. I'm not a party person. A little later after midnight, my mum, sister, brother-in-law, and a stranger walked through the door. This guy was nuts and a total pain in the ass. Our cast are me, the walking cinnamon bun, my mum, my sister, and the jerk stranger. As soon as my mother introduced me to him, I knew something wasn't right about this guy, and began distancing myself immediately. I'm a daddy's girl. You have to be on par with how my dad was for me to approve of you. I'm very protective of my family, even if they get on my nerves. My suspicions were on the money. I left one Saturday to get my hair done. I was gone for about 2 hours. The salon was 30 minutes away. When I came home, I found my mum in her room crying. I don't remember the exact conversation, but this sums it up. I'm like, "What's going on? Why are you crying?" "It's nothing." "Don't lie to me. What happened?" "It's nothing. I'm fine." Me, calling her by the nickname I use all the time. "If it was nothing, you wouldn't be crying." Jar done screwed up. Anytime he gets a phone call, he goes outside to answer. Then he leaves after the call. He's cheating. When he comes back, don't say anything. I already don't like his ass, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I won't either. You got work later, so get some sleep. I'll wake you up later. Alright, I have to be out of here by 11. I'll be up. My sister and I went into the living room, and with Mama trying to get some rest, we tried to talk in a whisper. Not long after that, Jar walks through the door, and my sister and I got quiet until he went into Mum's room. My sister and I talked some more, then she went to bed and I went into my room and watched anime on my laptop. Time comes, and my mum is already up and getting ready. She worked a newspaper out. I said my goodbyes and saw her off. That was just the start of the troubles. A few nights later, he got another one of his mysterious phone calls and left the house. My mum and sister got in the car and followed him into town. He cut through the grocery store parking lot, and we lost him. We did a little bit more searching before going back home. My mum was ticked. She realized he was up to no good. She went to bed since she had to work that night, and my sister and I sat in the living room discussing what's been happening. When he came in, we got quiet and waited for him to leave the room. He didn't like that. He went in the room and woke up my mum to complain about us. I heard this part. "Em, get up. Those girls are disrespecting me. They're talking about me. I know they are. They're in there whispering. Mum says, leave those alone. They always whisper because they know I have to go to work in a little bit. They ain't worried about you. Nobody's gonna disrespect me. I'm not having it. Ja, I'm telling you to leave them alone. Now, Ja had a habit of leaving his stuff laying around the house and losing it. Then he would blame us for it being missing. He lost some crummy fake gold chain with a cross sitting in the fireplace and couldn't remember if he moved it. He, Markee, Japanese for of course, went to complain to Mum. He says, my chain's missing. I know one of them took it. It had to be sister since she sleeps in the living room. Why in the actual hell would either of them steal your chain when they can buy their own jewelry? Don't you dare blame my daughter because you misplaced something. After this accusation, my sister moved out and began living with one of her friends. After my sister moved out, things got worse. He started accusing me of the stupidest crap. If I or my sister brought our boyfriends over, he would accuse us of trying to hook my mum up with them. If he and my mum were in her room with the door shut, he would accuse me of listening to them having sex. That conversation just needs to be told. Mum says, Ja is getting on my nerves. He got on mine day one. Kick him out. This fool claimed you be standing outside my bedroom door listening to us have sex. What in the actual hell makes him think I would listen to you have sex? That's disgusting. Yeah, I know. I told him he was stupid. He claims you keep coming in the room when I'm not there, touching on him. Ew, don't make me hurl. I don't want his ugly ass. And if I wanted to see someone having sex, I know of several porn sites where I can watch hours of porn for free. Haha, sounds like a bloody advertisement. OP, what? My mum wanted me to be nice during his stay with us, so I gave him enough rope to hang himself with. I reached my limit one Sunday morning. I was wearing a tank top and I think knee-high leggings because it was summer. I went in the kitchen and rinsed out a bowl to make some oatmeal for breakfast. The kitchen is right outside my mum's bedroom. So when you leave my mum's room and turn to the left, you're in the kitchen. Ja comes out of my mum's room, into the kitchen. He sees me making my oatmeal, and I ignore him and hurry to finish. He then puts his hands on my shoulders and kisses my neck. That split second, I grabbed the butcher's knife out of the dish drainer and held it into my hands tight. Me, furious as hell, says, "What the hell do you think you're doing? Why did you touch me?" I don't know why you're so mad. You know you wanted me to do that. Me, about to kill his ass. What makes you think I would want your fudging hands on me? Oh, I didn't know what you wanted. You've been sending me mixed signals. I don't want a goddamn thing to do with you. I swear on everything I love, if you touch me again, I will kill you and make damn sure no one finds you. Ja went back into my mum's room to complain about my threat. I called her once I got back in my room and told her we needed to go talk when she got home. At this point in time, I was still going to church, so she told me to go ahead and get dressed. She would drop by the house to change and we would leave. On the way to church, she told me what he told her, and I told her what actually happened. I also told her I had no problem catching a charge if he did that again. She said to let her deal with it. She even told me this jerk told her to put his name on her will to receive the house if she were to die. She told him that the house would come to me since I'm the oldest, and his name would be nowhere near her will. The dude was homeless. I found out later that any time he left the house and didn't come back, he would be sleeping in a Walmart parking lot in his van. His van was raggedy and even told me I could have it. Hell no. A few months later, the crap really hit the fan. Remember how I said Ja always sat his stuff around the house and loses it? Well, he had another habit that my mum absolutely hated. Most people would either take a bath in the tub or take a shower. Ja did both. He would get in the tub first, then get in the shower after. This particular night he took his cell phone, an old cell phone my mum didn't use anymore, so she let him use, into the bathroom and sat it on the sink. My mum's bathroom sink was always cluttered. I remember this perfectly, and you will see why in a minute. At 3:37 a.m, I woke up to loud bangs, and the sound of stuff being thrown about the house. I opened my door to see what in the actual hell he's doing, and hear him complaining about his cell phone going missing. He sees me, and he says, "You got my phone, don't you?" I'm half asleep and not in the mood for BS. On top of that, I owned an iPhone 5. The phone he lost was a little flip phone. What the hell? No. I start to go back in my room and hear him on the phone complaining to none other than my mum. Jar to mum says, "I swear, if my phone don't turn up, I'm calling the cops." I say, "Fudging call them," internally of course. I curl up in bed and my phone starts to vibrate. It's mum. She says, "Opie, did you go in my bathroom?" "No." "Have you been to your bathroom?" "No." "Have you even left your room?" If you mean before he started destroying the house, then no. He woke me up at 3:37. I haven't been anywhere beside my bed. He's lost that cell phone I let him use, and now he's blaming you. He claims you came into the bathroom while he was showering and took it. What would I want with your old phone when I have an iPhone 5? And why would I be in your bathroom? I have my own. That's what I told him, but he's not listening. Stay in your room until I get there. Don't have to tell me twice. When she got home, a whole argument ensued. He kept accusing me, and I just listened to him complain. Around some point I got ticked. Don't accuse me of crap without proof. I started arguing back that he needed to leave me alone. I didn't want his stuff, and consistently lose his stuff. The main thing I remember is that I called him an idiot. He did not like that. He went back into my mom's room, grabbed my dad's old shotgun, and began trying to point it at me for calling him an idiot. My mom was trying to defuse this situation, especially when she saw my dad's gun. I don't know anything about guns. All I know is I heard the gun go off and smelled the smoke. No, I wasn't hit, but I knew the gun went off. At that point, I called the cops. When the officer came, he started to ask questions, and I told the absolute truth, even about the gun. The cop told me if a shotgun went off, there would be a large hole in the floor somewhere, but there wasn't. My mum even lied and told the cops that there was no gunshot fired. The officer treated me like I was crazy and told me I could either get a psych evaluation on my own or I would be ordered to do it. My mum said, "I'll take her myself, officer." I was super ticked. The cop left and my mum went back to work. She still had a bit of her route left. When she came back, I was packing. I got into contact with one of my cousins and told them what had happened. They said I could come over and stay for a while. My mum tried to stop me from going, even tried to ban me from using my car that was in my name, along with the insurance being in my name alone. I say, "I'm going to cousins." "No, I'm taking you to Tri-County. I'm not getting a psych evaluation because I did nothing wrong. Why did you side with him? What if the gunshot had hit me? Then what? You're not taking the car. It's my car. I paid for the tires. I let you use my car because yours was messed up. You've been putting my car on your paper route. You better do something to keep it drivable, since I don't drive it that much. Most of the miles come from you driving it. You're not leaving with the car. I'll call the cops again. You can't stop me from taking my car." Mum tried to call my bluff, and I called hers. Cops showed up again and told her so long as the car is in my name, she can't stop me from taking it. So she tried to come up with a deal. I can leave so long as I let her drive my car until she gets a new one. Fine. I still didn't go to Tri-County for that psych evaluation. 3 months after leaving, I ended up moving back in. After I moved back in, Jar was kicked out for good. Mum never apologized for taking Jar's side over mine with the cop and agreeing to get me evaluated. I think that was when her entitlement fully bloomed into Poison Rose. Poor man's Rose, from Hunter x Hunter. It poisoned my relationship with her. Sorry for the long story, thanks for reading. TLDR, Mum's previous boyfriend constantly accused me and my sister of taking his misplaced belongings. Sister moved out and I stayed. Then after misplacing his cell phone, he begins arguing with me about it. He tries to kill me with my dad's gun for calling him an idiot. Mum takes his side with the police and then tries to stop me from taking my own car. Edit. Thanks everyone for the concern. I'm okay. This even happened a few years ago. I'm currently trying to save some money and sign up for some grants that will allow me to go to a language school in Japan. And after language school, I would probably look into going to university to study. I want to be far enough away to where going no contact is easy. The entitlement in my family is bad. Posted by user Busting All My Ooh-Woos, haha ooh-woo, titled, "Random Mum on the Plane Demands That I Open Her Canned Coca-Cola." So this was years ago. I was probably 4 to 5 years old. very young, and a thing that my mum did during every summer vacation is send me to my home country to stay with my relatives and then catch up a few weeks later. Because my mum can't supervise me when she's still in the country while I'm on the plane, she gets someone to assist me during my journey. I was on a flight from Italy to North Africa. Here's where the story starts. So I'm sitting on the plane, playing on my iPad, entitled mother and her baby/toddler, 1 to 2 years old, walk over and sit next to me. I don't think anything of it and mind my business, and she does the same for a few hours. The flight attendant had served us food about 30 minutes ago, and I was completely stuffed. Entitled mother was done with her food and had only an unopened Coca-Cola can left. She then shoves the Coca-Cola can in my face. Open. I give her a confused look until I see the Coca-Cola can. But I don't know how to open. Due to my young age, I didn't know how to open canned or bottled drinks, so I always had others open them for me. The woman gives me an angry look and shouts, "Open it." My kid brain got scared, and I took the Coca-Cola can and immediately tried opening it. I was cold, so I had a red blanket covering my legs. I successfully opened the can, but it didn't open without spilling a little on the red blanket. The woman snatches her drink from my hands and doesn't say anything. Not even a thank you or sorry. A flight attendant was walking by and I said, "Excuse me, my blanket got soaked a little bit." The flight attendant was super nice and moved seats for me. I ended up getting moved to first class and my blanket was replaced. When I think of the incident today, I always get angry. Moral of the story, don't force kids to open stuff for you and scream at them when they say they can't, especially if they aren't your own fudging child. That woman knew exactly what was going to happen. Carbonated drinks have a tendency to explode at the low overall pressure of the plane. Damn, imagine being so bratty that you would take advantage of a 4-year-old traveling by themselves because you couldn't open it over your tray and use a napkin. I remember this particular idiot who, on a plane, while still going up, decided it would be a good idea to open a bottle of Coke. Needless to say, he and his girls all got soaked in Coke. The best part is they actually sold Coke on that plane. Coke that wouldn't fudging explode. Posted by user Ruby Egg Rolls. Titled, Entitled Mother Steals a Game from a Disabled Birthday Boy. BB Birthday Boy, BBM, Birthday Boy's Mother, EM, Entitled Mother, LS Little Crap, Entitled Mother's Kid. When I was 16, I worked in an off-brand Chuck E. Cheese called Jungle George's with a monkey mascot. It was like any other place like it, arcade, prize booth, a kids band, and pizza. We hosted birthday parties, and if the group was big enough, they could pay for a private room to eat. I was in charge of watching over a party for a boy who was turning 9, who was the birthday boy. Now, forgive me because I'm not sure how to describe it, but you could tell that he had some sort of mental disability, just from his mannerisms and the way that he talked, etc. Plus, this is confirmed by the entitled mother later. The party had about 7 other kids, and their parents. One of these kids, LS, was older than the rest, looking to be 15-ish. His mother, entitled mother, was clearly related to BB's mother. I think they were sisters. Everything was going well. I was serving pizzas and drinks, and overall just standing by the side for if anyone needed help. Then it was present time. BB was so excited, and each gift was greeted with pictures and words of kindness towards BB. LS and EM, on the other hand, just stewed in the corner on the other end of the room. Entitled mother on her phone and Little Crap on a Nintendo DS. Unfortunately, crap started when Birthday Boy opened a game. I don't know games well, but it was one of those shooters like Black Ops or Call of Duty. Little Crap started whispering to Entitled Mother, who walked up to the Birthday Boy's mother, and says, "Birthday Boy Mother, don't you think that the game is a little violent for someone like Birthday Boy?" Her voice was super condescending. Birthday Boy gripped the game tight to his chest. I had a feeling maybe Entitled Mother or Little Crap had taken things from him before. "No, I think it will be fine," Birthday Boy's mother said back, pretty much brushing her off. "Well, Little Crap has been wanting that game for a while. Maybe he should have it and we can give you one of his old games that's nicer." Birthday Boy mother ignored her this time completely, and Entitled Mother huffed and went back to her corner. Birthday boy mother placed the game with the other presents and continued to open others. I saw entitled mother whisper to little crap, who literally walked over and took the game out of the pile. I was about to say something before birthday boy noticed and started screaming and sobbing, pointing to little crap, who now dropped the game back into the pile. I don't remember much of the words exchanged, but birthday boy's mother and entitled mother went at it in a screaming match. Birthday boy was gripping his ears and crying. The only thing I remember hearing, clear as day, was entitled mother screaming, "He's an invalid! How could he play anyway?" At this point, I ran to get my manager, and he handled the rest of the situation while I was told to clean in another area of the building. I saw entitled mother and little crap leaving angrily a few minutes later. I wish I knew what became of the kid. I didn't see him again. I just hope he had a happy birthday after his crappy auntie left. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed these r/entitled parent stories. Tell me what you thought of them down in the comments. Hope you liked the background of today's episode. This has been Markee, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!